Hi everyone. Also in your pack you're going to find some really lovely textural fabrics, and I've got this really soft fleece with little dogs on it, so I've chosen to use this one. I think I also had some leopard spots and some fabric that was like a broderie anglaise, so you can use whatever you like, but I've chosen to use this one. And all I've done is I've just popped it into the corner because I thought it might be quite nice to have a little corner that's got some nice texture on it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just stitch around the outside of this to hold it in place. I've taken it a little bit out from the corner so that we're going to, by the time we actually put the backing on, it will sit just nice and neatly right up against the edge there. Also, I've fixed one end of my buckle slider in place with this piece of fabric, so just another way of incorporating two fidgets together. And on my buckle slider you'll notice also that I've got a little bit of fleece here, and I've just made a little point, if you like an arrow, so just a little bit of fun. You can do whatever you like, use your imagination. So I'm just going to stitch this fabric in place. Now I find with this type of fabric that the easiest thing to do is to actually use either a zigzag stitch, or in this case it's a 3 and 3 stitch, like it's almost like a waltz, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and it is also the stitch that people would use to put elastic onto lingerie, that type of thing. But if you don't have that stitch, that's okay, just use a zigzag. And I'm just going to stitch this all the way around. Just gives a nice edge to it all the way around, nice and simple. As I say, I'm using white for everything. Now if you don't like the look of this when it comes to the finished product here, then you can always put some lace or decorative ribbon or something like that around the edge as well. Take that pin out there, and I'll fix that, the bottom of that buckle in place as well. So I've been a bit distracted by my very high maintenance cat. This is now sitting on my lap. If you want to, you could use bondle web if you have it to secure this in place, but it's pretty simple to just pop it on, just like so. Okay, so that's it in place. Now if you don't like the look of the outside of there, or you just want to put a few more little bits and pieces on, now you might remember earlier in one of the other videos that I showed you this little piece of ribbon or braid, whatever you might like to call it, that's got flowers on it. So we could actually put this on, just sew it over the edge so that you've got a nice decorative edge here. You could use ribbon, you could use braid, you could use just whatever you like, just to disguise the fact that it's almost like a raw edge around the edge of that. So like this, you could just stitch this in place around, just to make it a little bit more decorative. But the choice is yours.